More and more of us are deciding to have our children later.
Careful.
But there are some mums who just can't wait. Meet the baby-faced mums.
People I don't know me as the girl that's got a child at 15.
Swapping nights out with mates.
I think this definitely needs to go now.
For nights in with nappies.
So tired.
But are they ready for what lies ahead?
Never had that much responsibility. The most responsibility I've had is my hamster.
Coming up,
We've got to leave here. Just like come out into there just a little bit.
not the typical weekend for a 19-year-old. Combining motherhood with education.
Have you put your dissertation in the bag?
Not yet. That would have been a slight disaster.
And the realities of labour hit home for this young mum-to-be.
I'm getting another one already. These are really hurting now. I feel like I need drugs.
20-year-old Florence from South London is expecting her first baby in a week's time.
It wasn't really the plan to have, obviously, children young. Obviously, I wanted to do the whole marriage, working, house, car sort of thing, but I guess things don't go as planned, as planned as you'd like. The dad is around. He was my first ever boyfriend. We was together when we were 16, and then we split up. And then last year we met up with each other again. Feelings sort of come back, and then fell pregnant. Goodbye. But unfortunately, we ain't together.
Florence comes from a big, close-knit family, and she'll be especially relying on her mum Deborah and dad Jamie when she brings baby home.
Was I a hard baby?
No, you was okay. You weren't a bad child. Once we got past the twos, I think it was all right, wasn't it, Jay? With her.
And then when you got to the 13s, it all started again.
God, yeah, definitely. Wouldn't want to go through that again.
Well, I think at the start of school I was quite behaved, and then when I got into about year 10 or 11, it sort of went a bit downhill, become a bit of a rebel.
And I was forever at the school. I got quite well known up there, you know. When I'd walk in, the kettle would go on and they'd make me a cup of tea.
Even at college, Florence was still more into partying than studying.
I think this definitely needs to go now. It's had a lot of wear from him.
Yeah, he looks a sexy little beast.
It's my 18th birthday dress. We used to go out most weekends, I'm not going to lie. We used to go out most weekends.
Where are we? What is it? It doesn't fit.
The partying stopped suddenly when Florence found out she was pregnant.
It was quite shocking, really. I was literally on my own, no battery on my phone, no one to call, no one to speak to, and I was just left knowing that I was pregnant.
Too worried about telling her mum, Florence got her friend to break the news.
Well, it was a shock. It was a real big shock. And I cried. And I said, look, I can't really speak to her right now. I'm too upset. And that evening I thought, what a selfish person you are. You know, the problems that she's had. How selfish could I be? This could be our only one chance.
Florence had been diagnosed with polycystic ovaries and told she might struggle to conceive naturally. Just as she was getting over the shock of being pregnant, tragedy struck.
When I was 10 weeks pregnant, I went out for a meal up London and I just didn't feel right. I had back pain, I had a bit of a bellyache and stuff like that. So we went straight to A&E and I just knew I'd lost the baby.
Florence had miscarried.
It was devastating. It was awful. It was an awful day, and she was mourning, and we were all mourning for her. You know, it was a terrible, terrible shock.
When she went back to the hospital the next day, she got news she never expected.
They said there was another baby there, and it was just like, it just made me feel sick. I felt sick because I didn't know how I should be feeling.
Knowing that I've lost a baby and then being told that I still had another one and I was carrying twins originally, it was just, yeah, bit of an emotional roller coaster. Yeah.
Now, with the surviving twin almost due, Florence is having to grow up fast.
Do you think I'll be all right waking up?
Of course you will. Yeah, it comes natural. As soon as you hear the baby cry, it comes natural. And to be honest, if you had 100 babies in a room and you heard Oliver cry, you'd know his cry and you would wake up.
I'm definitely ready to be a mum, but I have a lot of nerves, and it's having that that name, Mum. You know, having that big responsibility. That's you. Like, your weekend's over. That's everything over. You have got the title Mum now. Yeah, and it's official.
In Leeds, 19-year-old single mum Laura Heaney lives with her 2-year-old son Shawnee.
Amazing. Challenging, but amazing. It's all those tantrums, the Suda cream all over my TV, all over his clothes, his face. He's worth it when he turns around and says to you, "Mummy, I love you." Oh, that's beautiful. Having a baby later on in life when you might be a bit more stable, that's a smart decision. Mine wasn't planned, but right now I'm where I need to be with him. I'm working, I've got the home. I might have done everything a bit of the backwards way around, but he's going to see, no matter how young you are, you can do whatever you want to do. Where are we, Shawnee? Are we at our house, Boo-Boo?
The relationship with Shawnee's dad broke up, so Laura supports herself and her son working full-time as a complaints handler.
Come on in, Pudding. I don't have people in my family that don't work for what they've got. If you want something nice, you're not going to get it by sat on your backside running to a job centre every now and then. Come on, Mummy, tired. Mummy been at work all day. No. Yeah. Set off at 7:15 on a morning to start work at 9, finish at 3, and not get home till like 4:30 when he's in bed. That's kind of my me time. But in that time, I've got to make sure the house is sorted, everything's ready for the next day for the stupid o'clock start. You're not having the tea. You're not going outside.
Laura's mum put her on the pill the day she turned 16, but a few months later she contracted meningitis.
While still on the medication, I asked, is this going to affect the pill? No, it won't. They changed my dose at the doctor's. Is this going to affect my pill? No, it won't. Bang on a month later, knew something wasn't right. Test come up with 2 lines. It was shock for a long time.
Her 18-year-old then boyfriend was next in line for a shock.
I'd said to her, I think you need to sit down. And he said, no, I'm fine. This is when he walked through from work. And I went, no, I think you need to sit down. And he was like, no, I'm fine, honestly. So she said, I'm pregnant. He just went drip white and he went, I think I need to sit down. Uh-oh. My mum were really upset. My dad was quite angry. The one thing that he says to me and I just can't forget was, well, you're not keeping it, but you're not getting rid of it. And I just turned around and said to him, well, I can't keep it inside me forever. What do you expect me to do? So that's one that I'd wear. But
So like that.
I like the cut, it's too short.
One of the first people Laura confided in was her close school friend Emily.
I remember coming around here telling me, showing me the scan photos. We were like 2 weeks before my 17th birthday. That ruined my birthday plans. We'll go get drunk. That was the idea, wasn't it? Yeah.
And it also had a big impact on her plans to become an art therapist.
I really liked it, so I thought, what career path is there to go down that? I was so career focused. I wanted to go to uni, I wanted to get that 50 grand plus a year wage. The park? Is that where we're going?
Now, with Shawnee to think about, Laura's priorities have changed.
Couldn't go back to uni. As much as I've got the qualifications to take me there, I couldn't go and have somebody tell me what to do now. I run my own home, I have my own child, I'm teaching him what to do. Where are all the trees, Shawnee? Can you show me? And then there's somebody trying to tell you what you need to do and deadlines and everything. It's not realistic for me personally. Other mums it might be, but not me.
Coming up, Laura has a job on her hands.
It isn't easy. No one can ever tell you that it's easy.
And meet a young mum juggling a toddler and university.
There's been times where I've been like, no, I can't carry on, I can't do this, I need to stop, I'm too stressed out.
In Wrexham, Wales, 20-year-old student Maddie Matthews is mum to 1-year-old Callie.
Bye-bye, baby! Thank you. I definitely got a taste of student life in my first year. It was definitely kind of your average student life. I went out with my friends, I went partying, I didn't do all my work when I should have done, but I don't miss any of it. When I look at what I've got now, I don't think, oh God, I wish I could go back and change it. I wish I could have had a little bit more of that time.
In In her final year of a TV and performance degree, Maddie has to juggle coursework and motherhood.
You're just going to scrunch up my work, eh?
With the help of Callie's dad, Davis.
Here you go, I can read you a poem about all I'm going to do as court.
Oh, does that sound interesting? I think that answers the question. When I first met him, my first thought after speaking to him for the first time was, I absolutely hate this guy.
Yeah.
I'm never going to like him.
Thank you for toning down the language.
We got together when I was 16.
On New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I think you just decided you were fed up of waiting at that point. And you kissed me, and...
We've been together ever since.
Thank you.
It was so cheesy.
I don't care.
Maddie was 19 and halfway through her course, and Davis had given up work to go back to university himself when their student lives changed dramatically.
I've not been feeling well for a while. Just been feeling a bit off. I'm going to go to the doctors. They're going to ask me if there's any chance I could be pregnant. Let's do a test and rule it out.
I get a yell from the toilet saying, Dav, what does the plus sign mean?
Because I'm not taking the box in with me.
It means you're pregnant.
I think all you kind of heard was like,
It was unexpected, but...
It was, yeah, complete out of the blue.
Maddie's course mates didn't see it coming either.
She showed me the scan and I was like, is this a joke? And she said no, and I said, well, mistake? Stupid mistake, or did you try? And she was like, no, it was a stupid mistake. And I was like, I'm really disappointed, but congratulations.
Here we go. And...
Bath time.
Oh, look at that. He's so funny. We told my parents, and it was just a complete shock for them, and it was very much kind of, you're not the kind of girl that this happens to. I think to my parents, it was kind of the end of everything. I was the first in my family to go to university.
They thought that you would actually drop out.
They had it in their head that it was kind of the end, and I can't blame them for that,
No.
because it seemed like it was the end.
But Maddie and Davis were determined to stick with their degrees and manage as young parents, even if they were totally out of their depth at the start.
We were so nervous that we didn't actually put her down for 4 days. We actually took it in turns to sleep for the first week, and we would actually, she would go to bed and I would cradle Callie, and then at about 2 o'clock in the morning we'd do a swap over where I'd wake Maddie up and then she'd...
It took us a week to realise that you're allowed to put your baby down when she's asleep.
It was a very steep learning curve.
Good night, Kellen. We'll see you when you wake. Thank you.
Thank you.
Financially, it is difficult, and you do have to learn to budget really quickly. Let's go home. My parents are 2 hours away, your parents are 2 hours away, and that's our nearest family. There's been times where I've been like, no, I can't carry on, I can't do this, I need to stop, I'm too stressed out. But we've always got through it somehow.
It will all be worthwhile if Maddie can graduate in a few weeks' time, but there's still her final coursework to complete and her dissertation to write, all while looking after a toddler.
Urgent work tip is, I think this is the last time I'm going to get my nails done before baby 2 anyway.
Makes sense. You end up scratching them and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
A week to her due date, Florence and best friend Jamila, also 20 years old and pregnant, are getting their heads around becoming young mums.
Who would have thought out of all of our friends, us two being the first?
When we just left school, there was girls who were like pregnant and stuff. We was always like, no, we'll never be one of those, or we won't be young mums.
Can you imagine them though, they're together?
They won't be in the same year. Like when yours is like in year 7, he would have been in year 6.
Yeah, but they still be really close, I think.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully like us, you know.
Yeah.
I think even the way I've dressed now and stuff like that since being pregnant, like, it's completely different.
Yeah, you have changed a lot in the way you dress. I mean, when we was younger, not that you was wearing like boob tubes or nothing like that, but you was a lot more, what's the word, racier. I used to dress a lot more cleavage and stuff like that. Oh, don't deny it. But I think where you've grown up and stuff, you just, obviously, being a mum, there's certain things you don't wear, certain things you shouldn't do, and you're adapting to that like, really well. That makes me proud, doesn't it?
Oh, thank you.
Jamila, like Florence, is facing looking after a baby without the dad to help.
So how do you feel about the fact that, like, Ollie's dad is just not around and stuff?
Obviously, it would be nice for both of these parents to be living at home, but unfortunately circumstances don't stand that way.
I think I'll do well on my own. It's just like the night feeds and stuff. I think I'm going to find it really hard. I'm going to get like really tired all the time, and that's why I'm so grateful to have a mum like I do, because she's really like helping and understanding. I know she'll help me out a lot. I'm excited, little Ollie.
Working single mum Laura is on her day off, but she's still got a job to do at home. She's determined to get 2-year-old Shawnee potty trained.
You can do it. You can.
But so far it hasn't been going smoothly.
So I put the potty in his room, and at first he would just wee on the floor. So I'm cleaning that up every morning. Let me see. No wee-wees yet. Keep trying. Then he'd wee in the potty, and as soon as he saw me coming in, he'd pour it on the floor. So again, we're cleaning it up. You can't put your pants on, you're wee-weeing. Don't touch. You're trying to get him to understand. That's quite challenging, because one minute he understands, the next minute he doesn't. If you do your wee-wee in here, we'll go get some stickers. Is that a good idea? Yeah. Yeah. When he actually decides that he is going to go to the toilet, he gets a little star for every single one. Every time he gets to the end, we'll get to go out for tea, and he gets a toy. When he gets 5, we'll go out for tea. When he gets to the full end, he gets a tea and a toy. Have you done? Yeah. Good try. Okay. No wee-wee this time, though. It isn't easy. No one can ever tell you that it's easy. It's hard. You're bringing up a human. You've got to show them how to behave for the rest of their life. But at the same time, all those people that turn around and say, oh, this is too hard, oh, I can't do it, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, sorry. You decided to lay down, now stand up and take the responsibility. Sit down then. Yeah. No. What do you want then? Peppa Pig? No. Come your little legs. No. Just let it come out into there, just a little bit. Go get some stickers. No. There's nothing in there? No. 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 Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. 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 You can. No. You can. No. We can do it. No. Look, she's using her potty. Can Shawnee use his potty? No.
Florence is days off becoming a mum, and she's baby shopping with pregnant friend Jamila and her aunt Kate, who she's chosen to be her birthing partner.
Why do you want that? I'm going to buy it for you, Flo. I like it. Ollie, Oliver, I can't wait to meet you.
It's going to be nice, because she's going to probably see the baby before I am, do you know what I mean? My auntie, she's going to be there with me, because she can't have children at all, so I thought it'd be nice for her to see her the first birth, and not just that, my auntie and I are really close as well.
I'm scared of being a birth. I've never been in someone's labour before. I've not had labour myself or been into labour, so I'm scared, and she is like my baby, so to see her in pain is going to be hard.
Do you feel like you're ready for them to pop?
I do. I'm ready. I'm really ready, but I'm just nervous now. You know, it's the last bit.
Excited though, aren't you?
I'm really excited.
Really excited. Can't wait. I can't wait.
I am. Yeah.
Wasn't so excited at the beginning.
It's my first. Yeah.
When I was in Tenerife with the girls when I got the phone calls on a Lilo. My sister phoned me, nothing to worry about, nothing to worry about. She said, but I've got to tell you. I was like, well, you don't ring me on holiday. There's nothing to worry about. What's going on? What's happened? She was like, I'm having a baby. Well, I fell off the Lilo under the water, and I was crying under the water. My baby's having a baby.
All your mates were crying.
All my mates were crying. Yeah. Oh my God, what is this? Isn't that cute? I like it. I'm happy. That's cute. Really cute. I like that one. You like all of them. I do like that.
Do you think I'll be a good mum?
I think you'll be a great mum. When you first told me, I wasn't sure, but seeing you change, you have changed in the last 9 months massively. 18, 19, you was. One minute you'd be like an adult, and he'd do adult things with you, and it'd be like, Flo's like one of our pals, we can go out and that. And then on the next hand, she'd be like a child. Yeah. You was volatile, Flo. You was up and down, but being pregnant has made you a grown up. Definitely the best thing that's ever happened to you. And I think you're gonna make a great mum. I do.
I think today has going out shopping with you sort of made me realise, oh my god,
He's coming.
he's coming.
This time next week.
I'm doing it a week. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Bye.
Coming up,
These are really hurting now.
it's D-Day for Florence.
Since the labour starting, it's all become real. My life's going to change like within a matter of seconds. It's okay.
And Maddie's final dissertation hits a hurdle.
Half of the data charts I'd made to show my results have deleted themselves, so it's a bit of a nightmare.
Got clothes.
For Maddie, combining university work and being a mum hasn't been easy.
Helen. I was determined to finish uni. It's kind of determined to prove everyone who said I couldn't, determined to prove them wrong.
Sometimes that's meant involving her 1-year-old daughter Callie in her assignments.
So we're going to be filming for my new media video. I'm doing Parenting 101, so it's like a training montage for new parents, but it's a funny one, it's a parody one. Sounds good. So does that sound alright? Yeah. And action. People have said things and looked at me differently because of my age and because of the fact that I've got a baby. I wanted to show that actually their stereotypes of young mums are really stupid. We don't do what they expect us to do, so a lot of the kind of how not to be a good parent is the general stereotype of young mums and what they think we do, and actually showing it in that way is kind of showing how ridiculous it is. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do the how to play catch with your baby. So we're going to be all nice and normal and just roll the ball to Callie.
You've got the star of the show. She's ready to play.
It's been hugely important that Callie's kind of been a part of my experience at uni. It's like she is just known as kind of the course baby. I mean, 3 of her 4 godparents are fellow students on the course. Oh, that's brilliant, everybody. That's really sweet.
I've known Maddie since first year. It's absolutely brilliant how well she juggles everything. I could never, ever imagine being able to write essays, learn lines, rehearse for shows, learn songs, turn up for lectures. I could never imagine doing any of that with a baby, having a baby.
Oh, I genuinely, I couldn't even...
In 3 weeks' time, Maddie will be leaving university, and the support network she's got used to will naturally disperse.
My course mates have been absolutely amazing, but I've only got a few more weeks, and then this little group that kind of become my family, and seeing me go from this 18-year-old girl who's suddenly being pregnant and then being a mum is gonna just suddenly kind of all filter away. It's probably the scariest thing. I mean, going through all the pregnancy, going through birth, this is the scariest thing I've been through, is leaving uni, getting ready to leave uni and going out into this big wide world.
Come on, let's go to Shawnee's room.
Laura, at 19, is not just coping with being a working single mum,
Come on in, Pudding.
but she recently found out that her 2-year-old son Shawnee has Raynaud's syndrome,
There'll be a box.
a condition that affects the blood supply to certain parts of his body.
See you in the morning. Take games.
Close friend Emily has been around through thick and thin.
I've got to see a rheumatologist in the next 2 weeks because otherwise back pain in his knee and his foot. You know, like when we put his shoes on, he goes, oh, it hurts. Yeah, that kind of stuff. He gets quite frustrated with it, so they want to check that. Yeah, but once I see the specialist about his knee, they're going to be starting the medication on his Raynaud's as well.
As well as having circulation problems on a regular basis, Shawnee has had to be rushed to hospital several times while Laura was at work.
The other way, that gave you the worst scare, didn't it? When you took him to nursery? Yeah, when he stopped breathing completely, like he was choking. Yeah. Cold hands and feet, it's just so many different things. Just how limp he goes as well. Yeah. It's so scary to see him like that. Yeah. Just... So at least they know what, like, the underlying thing is, the Raynaud's. It's just trying to find the cause of that.
The Raynaud's itself isn't life-threatening, but doctors want to rule out any more serious underlying conditions before they can treat it.
How long is it going to be on medication for? They've not said yet. So it could be. With what they're saying, it seems long-term that they're going to want it. Right. We'll get the answers. Hopefully by the end of the month I'll have something a bit more set in stone, but I've waited this long. Yeah, hopefully it won't be much. It's just killing me having to wait. I don't want to wait. It makes me feel really helpless. Because no matter what I do, it's not going to make it go away. It's not like he's banged his head and I can give him a cuddle and a kiss and I'll be alright. It's there's nothing that I physically can do. No, which is why I try and come down as much as I can. I think it's nice though to have that bit of conversation as well, because Sean is still only really little yet. You can't really talk to him. Can't really have a proper conversation about things. No, exactly. Let's eat. Food! Food!
This is baby's bag. Brush and comb in there, just in case he has a lot of hair.
Florence could give birth at any time, and her nesting instinct is kicking in.
Do you know how many times I get this out? I'll get it out, I'll put it back, just to see if I've got everything. And even around the house here, like, I just can't stop picking up stuff and wiping it over, and that, they say that's how you know, like, when it's coming to the end and baby will be here soon, so hopefully that's a good sign. This is adorable. Look at this. It's for newborns. It's a little hat. This is his coming home outfit. I had my dressing up table where I used to have all my makeup, fake tans, everything sort of you can think of, but that's what happens when you have a kid. Unfortunately, everything sort of goes, gets put in the cupboards, and it's all the baby stuff that gets put in your space. All the money I saved up gone on the baby. When was the last time I actually bought something for myself? Like, and I have literally, I think I've bought an outfit since being pregnant. Like, that's where I've grown up as well. I realised that I can't be spending money on myself. It's not about me anymore. I wanted to have him. I wanted to have Oliver. And now I think all of that sort of stuff goes out the window. Like, your first priority is your child at the end of the day. I just can't wait to meet him now. It's just a waiting game.
Student mum Maddie is coming to the end of her time at university, and there's one final essay to hand in, the all-important one.
It's a big day. Mummy's handing in dissertation.
But there's a problem.
I went to read through it and found that half of the data charts I'd made to show my results have deleted themselves. So this morning I'm rushing through and trying to put them all together again so I can stick them in my dissertation, get it bound and get it handed in. So it's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. Thankfully, Dav's here, so Dav can give her a breakfast and get her dressed and ready for nursery, so I can just fill in this, try and get it sorted in time.
Did you find where the files vanished to, or
Nope.
the computer just deleted them, did it?
Yeah. You'll have all this next year.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. What's down there? What's down there?
So this is the last little bit of printing I had to do. So it's really exciting for it all to finally be done. I'm really relieved. But at the same time, I'm really nervous because so much work's gone into it. So I just hope that I get a good grade for it and kind of all the work I've put in actually pays off. Time to submit it all. So it's scary times. I'm going to go and get dressed, okay?
Okey-dokey.
I did it.
Have you put your dissertation in the bag?
Not yet.
Okay, which is over here.
On the printer.
That's in your bag.
That would have been a slight disaster. Quite a lot when I was pregnant, I was thinking, you know, I'm not going to finish with my friends, I'm not going to graduate with my friends, this is going to take me longer. Go and get this handed in! And then doing the dissertation itself, there were so many times when I was like, I can't do this, I give up, it's too much, I've taken on too much. But then it was always kind of like looking at Callie, looking at her face and thinking, I've got to do this for her. I've got to do this to make her proud of me and to make her see that anything is possible. Nervous. And that was kind of what got me through, and you helped a lot as well, pushing through to get it done, get it finished. It's handing in my dissertation today. Now, here we are, and it's done, and it's handed in, and it just feels great.
Are you proud of Mummy?
Are you proud? Leaving uni, getting ready to leave uni, it's all really scary. Thank you. There we go, it is officially handed in, gone. I just want to kind of get a job, make some money, be able to give Callie somewhere safe and secure to live, just to carry on the way things are, just to be happy.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
In South London, it's Florence's due date, and as if on cue, her contractions have started.
Today she got up and she turned around and said, I don't feel right today. I don't know if it's for the due date or what, but I don't feel right. I don't feel
myself.
No.
I didn't think it was going to be this quick though. Like, I thought I'd go overdue a lot. I'm excited because it's coming. It's here now.
Mum Debbie and Aunt Kate will be with her all the way.
I've been jotting down the times of contractions and that. So
Okay.
they're not regular yet. They're.
Scratching yourself.
I know.
You're doing that for. Nervous.
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Since the labour starting, it's all become real. My life's going to change like within a matter of seconds, and yeah.
Although Florence isn't with the baby's dad, her mum is keeping him in the picture.
Been on the phone today to tell him that she's in labour. He's asked if he can come to the hospital, and she's turned and said, no, as soon as I'm ready, I will call you, then you can come up, but not before.
I get really hot.
Yeah, I can see you getting hot.
Her partner, her ex-partner, I should say, is a nice fella, you know. It's just that he's young. He's young and he still wants to do the boy things. Obviously, we will make sure that he has an input somewhere.
Yeah, go in.
That come hard, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because your eyes went like, ooh.
It's 10 minutes,
Yes,
that one. And maybe because I'm bouncing on this.
maybe.
Another one.
Another one.
4 minutes. Mummy, come on.
I'm getting really bad pain now.
But you're hungry.
But I'm hungry.
And you want better?
I want better. Feeling very tired. Like, have no energy now. Here we go, Flo.
2-minute one.
Yeah,
Oh.
who would think about eating at this time? Me. These are really hurting now.
She's gone into full labour. She's now having her contractions. 3 in, I say, about 12 minutes.
I feel like I need drugs. I need gas and air.
She's having contractions now about 3 in 10 or 3 in 11 minutes.
I'm getting another one already.
I have to bring her in now. Okay, we'll be there very shortly. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
I'm starting to feel like a mum now. Even before they're born, you already have like an attachment with them, and just knowing that they're the other side of your belly is just, and they're just waiting to come meet you now.
Coming up, Florence finally meets her baby, but only after a traumatic arrival.
I was put on oxygen, I didn't know what was going on. I literally lost so much blood.
19-year-old Laura is meeting up with her cousin Naomi.
Shall we go see some animals? Yeah, come on then.
Instead of going to the pub like they used to, now they have to pick somewhere 2-year-old Shorty will be kept busy.
I can see a donkey. Go. Say, come on, donkey. It's not a doggy. Look, say go. Wait there, Bubba. Can you see them? Look at that big one up there. I think that one's come off babies. Look how big her belly is. It's nice, isn't it?
It's different.
Oh, I don't know, kind of 2 bags.
Don't have a choice.
Right. When I'm with Shawnee, this is my handbag.
Naomi goes to university, but Laura got a job instead of continuing her studies in order to support Shawnee.
You aren't missing out. I've been, Johnny, you know.
Next, I've still done holidays. Still have time with my friends. It's just not a stereotypical time with my friends.
Not for your age.
Yeah, rather than going out to a pub and having a bottle of wine or whatever with them.
They come round.
They come round and we'll have a bottle of wine.
You're always first on the dance floor when you went out. Always. You just got your hangover.
Laying in bed for like a full day, like a little sausage.
Not eating, just drinking pints and pints of water. And I don't feel well.
Just shut the curtains, don't speak to me, leave me alone. Now, which regardless of whatever hangover I have, I'm up, sorted, and to go get the boy.
Yep. That's life.
Not
a bad one.
No, definitely worth it.
You're looking for boyfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't cope with one. I'd rather catch Ebola before I got feelings again. Not a chance.
Why not?
No, too much stress, too much effort. Need to focus on him and me right now.
Thinking the future?
Obviously I don't want to be alone forever, but I couldn't ever imagine putting just somebody in there. Like, I hate it when you see them mums that are just like, oh, I've got a new boyfriend, oh, this can be my kid's new dad. No, shut up and go sit down. You're making yourself look like melt. It's like, just go away.
Get impressed though.
Why?
There's not many 16-year-olds that find out they're pregnant and then suddenly are ready to take on board a baby. She had him at 17, and a lot of kids at 17 just kind of go, Mum, baby, I birthed this, and you look after it. You haven't. Not even once.
No,
Have you gone, I can't do it today? No, not today. You've got up and sorted everything out and just got on with it. You've got your own house, you're working like 5 days a week, and you've got him in nursery. You can't say you're doing bad.
No, not bad.
There's really not many people your age can do that.
I know him, Mum, but if I take it out, he's going to go, Rah!
Back in South London, Florence is home with baby Oliver.
Very traumatic. I said for my auntie to cut the cord. As she cut the cord, I literally lost so much blood. So 1 minute it was like a calm environment, next minute there was men, women, literally in there. I was put on oxygen, I didn't know what was going on. I saw my mum and I said, like, is it me or is it the baby? She said, like, it's me. So I was like, alright, as long as it's me. But when I did find out from the midwife, they said I'd hemorrhaged.
The traumatic birth made bonding with her baby harder.
I didn't really want to hold him, like, I don't know why. But then, yeah, and then I was scared like I wasn't going to get a bond with him. With Mum's help, she was like advising me stuff to try and get that bond, and it soon happened after a few days.
She's doing great, absolutely fantastic. She was born to be a mum.
Seems like I've gone up like the next step now. Like there's no fluffing around. I am like a mum. I don't think about myself a lot. He just comes first in my eyes now. He is my world.
You'd give your life, even though he's only a few days old. You'd give your life, your last breath to something that's just come into your life.
Just know that he's mine and nobody else's.
Next time on Baby one teen mum-to-be goes into a little bit too much detail.
They sweep around and kind of like trying to get jam out of the bottle.
That's too much for me to even handle.
And nights out are replaced by nights up for a former tearaway.
I thought I set that off. I was going for all last night.
Seaside struggles as the residents make their claim in Benefits by the Sea Jaywick next on 5 Star, and Love is in the Air, or not, as the hookups begin in a brand new series of dating game Are You the One at 10.